There are many things in the South that we should appreciate in our daily lives, which include sunsets along the plains, enjoying delicious and flavorful meals that are finger-licking good,
It's honestly finger-licking good.
milk machines that connect to the udders of cow-like mammals, broken shacks from Friday the 13th, farms with farmhouses in the middle of nowhere, doo-doo. But there's one part of the dirty South we should all come to love. That part is Splash Mountain, with lovable characters, bombastic songs, a great facade, and a big waterfall drop at the end. Since this is a popular attraction at the Disney parks and a key figure to the Disney fans, they would never replace such an iconic treasure like... What is that? Get that away from me.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
G Game Master 16.
Hello guys, welcome to the G Game Master 16 channel where the chill rate is 100. And as you can tell from this amazing looping background, sometimes I'm going to be doing green screen effects and mostly voiceover for my videos, and occasionally a mixture of the two regards to many different circumstances. But these are the two video layouts that I'm going to be doing for my channel to spice up my videos a bit more. To catch up on some details about me or what my channel is all about, then click my channel icon and you'll see two videos that I uploaded recently. The first video is introducing myself and what kind of content I'm going to be creating for you guys. The second video is a 7-second title sequence that is animated for each of my videos going forward. If you want to send any information for my videos, have discussions, or want to have any further updates on future content, then go to my Twitter, which is @ChillDomain. I'll post it up here to my right, and it's in the description below. And if you're just randomly searching on Twitter, then type in @ChillDomain, @ChillDomain, and you'll see my awesome face next to the Sony PlayStation 5 that's coming out this year. So get pumped for that, and also check my Twitter out. It's pretty cool. With all that said, let's dig into the topic of today's video. Get it? I said dig, and I'm going to dig deep into the topic of this video. So yeah, well, with enough puns out of the way, let's just get this started.
Today, I'm talking about the all-around loved attraction Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World's Frontierland and California's Disneyland / Tokyo Disneyland's Critter Country. This ride is inspired by Walt Disney's most riskiest film ever called Song of the South, released on November 20th, 1946. It told the story through a mix of African-American animal stories told by Uncle George Terrell, Old Harbert, and Aunt Chrissy, and fictionalized autobiographies made by Joel Chandler Harris that told the stories of a bunny called Brer Rabbit trying to find his laughing place while escaping mischievous Brer Fox and Brer Bear. In addition, Chandler Harris had a collection of all the Uncle Remus stories published in book form in 1881 during the post-Civil War era. In an article from CBR.com published July 4th, 2020, Walt Disney explained that Joel Chandler Harris's Uncle Remus stories inspired him as a child because he liked their creativity despite many problems with it. When casting began in February 1941, James Baskett was casted as Uncle Remus when he provided the voice for a talking butterfly that Disney loved his cheerful and deep voice, so he thought that Baskett would bring Remus to life with his performance. Filming began in December 1944 in Phoenix, Arizona, where the studio built a plantation and cornfields for outdoor scenes. Back in Hollywood, the live-action scenes were filmed at the Samuel Goldwyn Studio. The film had a budget of $2.125 million and had a box office total of $65 million. That covered all the budget, and Baskett earned an Oscar in 1948, but was unable to see himself perform on film because the premiere in Atlanta, Georgia was a white-only theater. Song of the South was re-released in 1956 through Buena Vista Pictures for its 10th anniversary, in 1972 for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney Productions, in 1973 as a second half of a double bill with the Aristocats, in 1980 for the 100th anniversary of Harris's Classic Stories, and in 1986 for the film's 40th anniversary, and in promotion of the upcoming Splash Mountain attraction at Disneyland and Disney World. Phew! Now that I got the history of what inspired Splash Mountain, I'm going to inform you guys on how the ride got made, so put on your seatbelts because this is going to be an even more bumpy ride. Tony Baxter, one of the most recognizable Disney Imagineers, had the idea of creating the Splash Mountain ride in the summer of 1983 while stuck in traffic on his way to work. Bear Countryland was in a little mess, with the Country Bear Jamboree and America Sings receiving low attendance and wanting to bring more hype and spice back to the land. Dick Nunis, part of Disney Board of Directors at the time, pitched the idea of a log flume ride for Disneyland, but many of the Imagineers wasn't too keen on the idea, saying it would be too ordinary. So the point is, they don't want to see one of their lands get backed up into a corner. Baxter used his noggin, get it? Noggin was the preschool channel prior to now being called Nick Jr. Anyways, he had to select a property that would fit a log flume theme, bring people to Bear Country, and reuse existing animatronics from the diminishing attraction America Sings, to which he thought of the only property he could, Song of the South. Construction for the ride began in 1987, while the ride's budget had risen to $75 million, becoming one of the most expensive attractions ever created by Walt Disney Imagineering. Now, relating back to Alice Davis, which is the wife of the late Mark Davis, when America Sings closed in April 1988, production of Disneyland Splash Mountain had gone far over budget. The only way to recover was to close America Sings and use the characters from that attraction. Baxter and his team developed the concept of Zippity River Run, but it was changed to Splash Mountain due to then CEO Michael Eisner's ignored statement of the attraction being used to help market the film Splash. The ride opened at Disneyland on July 17, 1989.
1, 2, 3, Splash Mountain!
And then, it didn't go so well. Company executives got soaked when they should have been lightly sprayed with water, so the ride was delayed so the boats could hold less passengers, make them lighter, and to redesign the bottom and bow to have them not splash the guests as much when it reopened. In 1991, construction began for the Splash Mountains at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom and Tokyo Disneyland. They both officially opened in October and they've been in operation since. 19 years later, the Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World received lap bars for safety reasons, since they don't want people flying out of the log and into the Briar Patch if you're catching on. And Tokyo Disneyland received them later going forward. I'm not going to go too in-depth into the story of the ride since it's pretty simple, so I'll just explain the plot of Splash Mountain in an easy little subscription. Brer Rabbit is trying to find his laughing place, but ends up getting captured by Brer Fox, and Brer Rabbit tricks that dummy Fox into throwing him into the Briar Patch to escape. He goes back home, everyone is partying, busting moves, the end. It's an easy to follow narrative, but it's good enough. Whew, that was a mouthful going over all these facts. This is an attraction that's praised and adored by the Disney fans and has been making guests happy to this day. Splash Mountain is a water-based log flume ride with an innocent enough theme regardless of its uncomforting history, good animatronics, engaging story, and a unique facade. Also, there's some news that popped up recently about Splash Mountain is going to get replaced by Princess and the Frog. Okay, I'd like to share my opinion here. There's been a rise of problems at the moment going on around the US, and Disney seeing this wants to change the ride due to them wanting to appease many political views. The Twitter feed of SJW Loser Babies is pressuring Disney to change it because they try to use a cancel culture uprising to get their way. Here's one of my suggestions. If Disney wants a Princess and the Frog ride, then they should do an expansion and create a ride related to that franchise. Many fans will lose faith in Disney until they start having confidence in their attractions and fighting back against those weirdo oppressors. But that's just my take on the situation, and if they want to change it or not is on them. Splash Mountain is a good attraction Disney created and will hopefully live on for future generations for people to enjoy it. Additionally, drop in the comment section what was your favorite Splash Mountain memory. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the National Video Game Museum in Frisco, Texas. Click the like button if you want to show support for this museum. I'll put a link in the description below. It's a very detailed museum that shows the evolution of gaming from the very first video game system of Pong all the way to current day gaming, so you can go there if you're interested. Before I leave, I want to give credit to these YouTubers due to the video's footage, so go check their channels out. Thank you guys for listening to my take on Splash Mountain. Like, subscribe, ring my bell. And remember to keep your chill rate 100.